Okay, hey, this is Dean Baker. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Modern Day Thrive. Um, what episode are we in again? Are we in our 40s?
You know, we say this every night before
I
we
know,
start. We're going to look so we
you
can
don't-
remember, and
you
I
don't
always forget to
remind-
do
You
it.
don't remind me enough. Anyway, so again, I'm your host, Dean Baker. This is Modern Day Thrive. We are live in Orlando at the Post Effect Studios, and I'm here as always with my, I guess, my partner in crime, George Weber.
Hello, hello.
Hey, George. We probably could have sit up straight there, so I don't have to go adjust the camera. There you go. Nah, just all right. That's fine. Just screwing around.
I'm a sloucher.
And we have a special guest in the studio. I've known this gentleman for better part of a decade or two, I think.
Pretty much.
And pretty much. And welcome to the studio, Sunil Kulkarni. Hey, of Nexgen Films.
Nexgen Films.
You've held on to that one for a while.
Tried, yeah.
Almost as long as I've held on to mine.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, why Nexgen Films?
Man, next generation of filmmakers.
Yeah?
Pretty much.
That's the inspiration, huh?
Yeah.
And didn't go to school for filmmaking.
Nope.
No?
Didn't go to school,
Well,
unfortunately.
School of hard knocks.
Yeah.
I guess.
I went
You learn from the streets.
Yeah,
learn
pretty much.
from the streets. You know.
Best
Best
way.
place to learn.
Yes.
It really
best
is.
way.
So I've had a studio in Orlando for 20 years. And so it would, a lot of, music, hip hop music videos, a lot of those music video guys would come rent out my studio, do what they do. And everybody seems to be a little happier for it. So, and of course, that's, I think, how Sunil and I met.
Pretty much, yeah. Because back then, there wasn't people actually offering, their studios out to
Well,
local.
back in the day in Orlando, you had remember 69 Boys?
Yeah, 69.
Those guys were running around, and I think they're on their first or second comeback since the early 90s when they were doing some stuff. And I remember they were still shooting music videos, and they were shooting music videos for like budget, for like, like shooting on film,
Right.
doing it, and
The expensive route.
yeah, and they would spend a lot of money doing it. And of course, that's when digital was just getting its feet wet, digital cameras,
Mini DVs.
yeah,
i8s.
all that whole format, which really sparked, I think, the generation that we're in now. Tape, VHS went to, or the tape formats went to a digital tape format, and
Right.
then the next evolution was digital, which we're all thrilled about.
Yes.
We're all thrilled about, because I couldn't tell you. I still have like all my tape.
Yeah, me too.
You do? Yeah.
I
Okay.
still got them.
I still have boxes of tape. I should just, I don't know,
I want to go through them.
have a bonfire.
Yeah,
No,
just go
okay.
through 'em.
I can attest to that. 'Cause
You know?
I probably helped them move them in one place to
Oh,
another in this
man.
place many times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Must be a lot.
there's boxes and boxes. I still have stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'll get into it, but it goes back years. I probably have stuff from the mid 90s.
Wow.
early mid
VHS,
SVHS,
Ooh.
Betacam,
Minis.
of course. Yeah, Digital 8, Super 8, High 8, any 8. I don't care
Right.
whatever it is. I got
Whatever
boxes
you could
of stuff,
record
you
on.
know. Yeah, if there was, but that stuff can't be really. Okay, I told you if you stepped on that thing, it was gonna make a hell lot of racket. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna give him a minute to get
I'm
seated
done.
again.
I'm
He
on you.
wanted that. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, so let's kind of. So you were doing a lot of music videos.
Yeah,
I knew you, and then you jumped into what was after that, right?
I started off with music videos. Actually, first I started off with like home videos.
Yeah.
Taping all the vacations, and
Yeah.
then from there went to like home short films, and from there it went to music videos.
No kidding, yeah.
Music videos.
Any artist of notable?
I worked with Boosie
Yeah.
in the hip hop industry.
Yeah?
Yeah, Boosie. Um, who else? I've done a lot of DVD stuff too,
Yeah.
so I met a
did-
lot of artists.
I did something
through
with
the
Pastor
DVD.
Troy.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he
Early
was a special
2000s.
guest on somebody else's track that you probably never heard of.
Okay.
But we buddy of mine Shane.
Yeah,
Shane. I
Shane.
think him and I worked on a thing with Pastor Troy on it.
Okay.
It was up in the Panhandle.
Oh wow!
you know.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't know if you knew Mighty Mike.
Yeah, Mighty Mike.
You knew him.
Yeah.
I think it was Dogman's cousin
Yeah.
or something.
Some. Yeah.
He had a lot of cousins.
Yeah. Connection. Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, Pastor Troy was probably the biggest artist I think, I worked with,
Yeah, he was like what, early 2000s, 2000s.
yeah. But I got to tell you, on that track, his part of that track, man, was
He did his thing.
Oh man,
Yeah, he did his
and
thing.
It got me into it.
Right.
I was like,
Right.
oh shit,
Right.
he showed up.
Get you locked in.
He showed up. It wasn't
Mhm.
just like he didn't phone it in, I guess you want to call it.
He was an artist actually.
Yeah.
He came into this thing.
Yeah, he came into this thing. We had fun. We shot a whole, like, at the time 24, with Kiefer Sutherland, that TV series,
Yeah.
where they'd have a lot of pictures of the same action from different angles cut in.
Right.
So we kind of did something like that.
Okay.
And we had a chase scene. So we had people running through people's houses and
Oh,
jumping
wow.
over fences.
Oh, so you
and-
had multiple screens going on?
Yeah, we had
like
multiple
the
screens.
movie Time Code or something like that. I think it was. Like
I'm not. I probably seen Time Code, but I can't place it. But
Right.
they used to do it in that Kiefer Sutherland TV show, and it was like I'm seeing all these
different.
pictures. And funny thing is we shot a storyline with that, and it was their first actual storyline music video.
Wow.
Where you're actually telling a
Right.
story.
With a
We only
treatment.
had 2 performance shots in the whole thing.
Oh wow.
And the rest of it was
It's all
all
story
storyline,
treatment.
So that's why I just kind of adopted that whole.
And those are the videos that are actually fun to do.
Oh yeah, because I've done a lot of music video.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably you dwarf me by comparison. I'm sure you've done a lot more. But back in the 90s, back in 2000, even today, there's a lot of people that want to do music videos. You get some girls, you get
That's
some
it.
cars,
Gotta get
and
the
you-
basic
and you-
necessities.
and you do the basic stuff. And you
Right.
just throw a little party, whether it's
That's
in the
it.
street, in a house,
A
in
house,
a club,
doesn't matter.
whatever. And
Throw some
that's
flashy
it.
lights.
That was the ingredients.
And you're good.
And then I got real tired of that. And I go, if you want to tell a story, come talk to me.
Right.
So you tell a mini film.
Right.
It's where a short film can thrive.
Right.
You get a good artist with a good piece of music, and then you tell a short film.
Right. Like how the 80s, pretty much a lot of the stories, a lot of the music videos
man.
told stories.
The music videos in the 80s, I don't
So
know.
it's different. 80s and 90s actually.
I can't get past the electric keyboards and the
And
big
light up,
hair
and the light up floors.
Yeah.
Disco.
But that was when LL Cool J started, and I mean just some of the originals, and And but even those guys, they progressed, they
Yeah.
moved on,
Yeah.
But I always thought those party videos were just they're just so boring,
Right.
they're
Right.
just
Same thing.
they're done,
Right.
they're done before their time. And but a lot of kids kept wanting them, because they can get people, they just can't get a story,
Right. Right.
and storytelling seems to be something you've really kind of evolving to.
Right. Right.
So
I jumped from music videos to short films in 2010,
yeah,
and from there on is where I fell in love with
yeah,
telling stories and making films.
telling stories.
Yeah.
Thing of it is though, probably on a business side of things, jumping from music videos that always put cash in your pocket to
Right.
short
Yeah,
The
films
short
yeah.
films, you go
where
broke.
cash is
Difference.
coming out of
Right.
your pocket.
You're going broke.
There is,
Yeah.
and we're a show about business.
Mhm.
Right.
What makes you money, your side hustle, your multiple streams. You see, you watch her. I got you there.
Right.
We've been talking about filmmaking and whatnot, but I got you there.
Right.
There's like no money in short films.
It's not. It's
you
not.
you do it to get your
Your
Resume.
name.
you get your resume together, you get some good demos together, but nobody's out there going, "Oh my God,
Right.
you're
made it rich."
hired,"
Right. Unless you got like millions of followers
Yeah.
on YouTube,
unless you go viral.
and you go viral, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way nowadays.
Yeah,
But other than that,
Well,
YouTube.
YouTube Red seems to be kind of interested in the short.
Yeah. There's a lot of different
and
media
even
now.
even Amazon and Netflix. I've seen some series that are 8 to 15 minutes long,
Right,
and you'll see
right.
an entire season, and you can watch
Right.
it in like 2 hours,
Right.
And in fact, during during COVID last spring, I think last early summer, I was on Netflix. I watched a film, and it was a series of shorts, like 10-minute shorts.
Okay.
The very first short was, and it was, I think it was shot in India or someplace like that,
Hmm.
all with a drone, one shot.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
And the guy flew it right from his apartment, like 10 floors up, and then just flew around
Flew
the
around.
city and came back, and that was it. And I'm going, oh hell no.
Wow.
Oh hell no. I watched it, so they got me,
Right.
but
Right.
but still I was more interested in
What's he doing?
what is Netflix,
What's going
what's
on, right.
Netflix's interest in short content
Right.
that had nothing to do with the other 9, 6, 7, 8,
Right.
9 films in the series. So
Wow.
there's another series called Love and Robots.
Heard of that.
on Netflix.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
I watched season 1 or whatever, part 1, and they were literally 8 to 15, but they're pretty much animation. A
Mm.
lot of them were animation.
Okay.
Some were super violent, some were, but it was, a lot. Some adult don't have your kid in the room. And some of these things.
Yeah.
Some were, they're pretty graphic
Yeah.
ways because they're animation. They can get away with that.
Yeah.
But it was short content that obviously, and all the shows weren't about the same exact thing.
Right.
You'd have whole different types of animation. You might have 2D animation in this one. You might have rotoscoping in this one. You might have 3D. You might have real life people in another one. And it was these little short stories about love and robots.
Right.
And there were some that were great and some that were just okay, So I don't know, so you started doing films about 10 years ago, short
Mhm.
films. And I know you didn't make no money with it.
No. At
You
all.
spent money. You
I
spent,
was, I was a broke filmmaker.
how'd the wife take all that? You spend the money. She'd go, not another one of those films again. Aren't you done with that yet?
Right.
Kids growing up and,
We can't do anything with shorts.
You-
That's what you say.
So,
But it helped me though to evolve and get better at what I'm doing.
Get your skills together.
Yeah.
I would agree because I've been watching your older shorts.
Right.
I think there was one about was it a drunk ride home?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that was a little rough.
Right.
That was a little rough. I'll be honest. I'm
Right.
not going to say, oh my God, but it was a little rough. But that was what, a few years ago?
Yeah,
4
a
or
few
5
years ago.
Yeah,
That was
whatever.
like 2000.
you know,
18.
you did an experiment.
Right.
Sometimes it's
That
not
actually,
just
that film was an experiment. That one was with no script. No script was
okay. Then that explains a lot.
yeah.
Okay.
It was a friend of mine, one of my filmmaking partners. He had the idea, and he was like, you know, he wanted to just put a whole bunch of actors in just in one scenario,
Right.
and you guys just improvise. So that's
Okay.
pretty much that's what that how that came about.
Okay.
And,
Would you do it again? Improvise?
only with a blueprint.
Blueprint. Okay. Minimize the improvise then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With a blueprint. I mean, if I have the
I'm
blueprint,
gonna put you in a box. You can't go outside the box. I
Right.
want you to get there. You're here. Get you there,
And
don't
just-
go.
just figure it out.
Yeah. Don't go crazy Ivan on me, and all of a
Right.
sudden, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I know. It's sometimes, you know, I, with my career, it's been I could easily watch a film, watch not even just watch a film, watch where a film being shot,
Right.
you know, and I could tell, oh, this is rough.
Yeah. First 10
And
minutes.
unfortunately, you just kind of sometimes it's like, you know, watching your kid fall down for the
Right.
first time. You just gotta let them, you know. You can't go, you know, you can't fix everybody's problems,
Right.
You know,
That's
but,
the only way to learn.
but no, you know, we hadn't really talked about any of the films that I'd seen of yours, but the latest one, unlawful
Duties.
unlawful duties, um, unlawful duties. I gotta tell you, well, I told you to send me the script,
Mm-hmm.
and I read the script, and I was engaged. I'll just say that I was engaged. I was kind of a little squeamish through some of that
Right.
stuff because there was some graphic stuff in there.
Right.
And but you carried me through to the end, and I see visuals.
Right.
You know, it's like I see dead people.
Right.
I see the visuals when you're on script, and I told you I didn't want to watch. You did a sizzle reel. You
Right.
did a short
Right.
based on the same, you know, script.
Right.
And then I go, all right, I don't want to watch the sizzle.
You
Let
want
me
to
read the script
Right.
because I want to see what you guys did with, you know.
Right.
Now let me step back a little bit and say, did you have that script, the feature script, before you shot the sizzle?
No, that was after.
So you
Yeah.
kind of go, so you shot the short, go, this is kind of what I want to do.
Right.
And then someone said,
Let's make it to a feature.
Let's write a feature
Right.
around it.
Based on
Okay.
the reviews, there was so many people who was tuning in and was like, "Hey, you guys need to make this longer,"
Yeah.
and they wanted to see is more.
I liked the short. I did like the short. You did very well with it. You know,
Appreciate you.
problem with
Thank you.
The problem with shorts is trying to tell a complete story, and
Mhm.
someone feels,
Yeah, you ran out of time.
I feel done. And
What was
that
a lot
about?
of times
Right.
people shoot short films, and they're just more like a scene than a short.
Yeah.
I've done a million of those. You
Yeah.
know, somebody wants it's like a sizzle.
Right.
It's a sample. It's a teaser.
Right.
They'll shoot a scene, but it's not technically a short film because it's a scene that might not have an ending.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and an ending that you can walk away and say, okay, I've seen that. I'm done.
Right.
You know, so the sizzle reel, you want to
Tease. Right.
possible funding and distribution, you
Right.
know, and getting to that next level.
Right.
But so a lot of people are shooting a scene and calling it a short film, and I think that's a mistake.
You're right.
I think that's a mistake. Don't call it a short
Call
film.
it is what
Right.
it is.
Call it what it is.
Right.
We shot a scene. It's a sample. It's a sizzle. It's
a
a
scene from the film.
It's
Right.
a scene from the film, but don't call it a short film unless you plan on telling
Yeah.
a story,
Story. Right.
beginning, middle, and an end.
Right.
You know, we both grew up kind of. Well, you watched a lot of TV in the '80s, I'm
Mhm.
guessing. So, SNL.
Mm-hmm.
SNL used to do short films.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I remember some amazing short films that came around that time. I remember they doing spoofs on Star Wars.
Right.
You know, I remember this short film called Hardware Wars.
Hmm.
and it was this might even predate that. It might not even be an SNL thing. It might just be people are in that same era. But I remember Michael J. Fox doing a short film um, about him playing hockey and then him playing in a symphony, and they kept cutting back and forth, and before you know it, both worlds collide, and you got hockey players
Oh
fighting,
wow.
symphony people in an orchestra.
Wow.
And I remember
Interesting.
that film. I remember this film with James Belushi, Sugar or Plane,
Hmm.
and it's about a couple going into a ice cream shop,
Mm-hmm.
and they're asking them a million questions. What do you want? What do you want? You know, what kind of this, what kind of that? And they keep answering all these questions about what they want to eat.
Right.
Then the last question, sugar or plain, meaning the cone.
Right.
And they couldn't answer it. And all hell breaks loose. Sirens break up. Everyone
Wow.
hits the deck, you know, and it was just, you know, it was just some really neat stuff back in the 80s, back in those days when they were doing short films during SNL, you know. And that's always kind of stuck with me. It's like, man, that was some really good writing back then. So doing a short is a short needs to tell a story.
Right. 3
Flat
acts at
out.
least. 3 act.
You know, have some closure. You can't have a lot of backstory. You can't have a
Right.
whole lot of character development.
Right.
So you gotta have very one-dimensional actors, or you know,
Going straight for the
you got to go straight for it, and you
Mhm.
can't pull punches. You can't
right. Just
you
go
can't
for
be
it.
subtle. You just kind of tell your story like almost like a nursery rhyme, or almost like a Aesop's fable, something that you can tell in 10 minutes or less. So
And make it memorable.
so you did unlawful entry. Why don't you? Can you give me your pitch? Pretend I'm the network executive. Give
Right.
me your pitch.
Okay.
Can you do that? Would you do that without-
For the feature or
for the feature? Yes.
well, I just say, I mean, unlawful duties is geared towards a small sector of high society people
Okay.
with corruption,
Okay. So this is intrigue, political intrigue.
political intrigue. I would say conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
too.
All right. I'm trying to help you out
It's
because I've
either
read it.
it's
So
either
I'm kind of
you take it for what it is,
yeah.
and you could take it. Hey, is this happening or
Right.
is it not? You know,
Right. So there's
But it's just an eye opener.
It shows corruption
Right,
in politics and
right,
of course it's unlawful. I
right.
mean it's so there's
I
a
would
cop element here.
Being, I would say the Joker.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen the Joker yet. I know it's really dark
seen
and
it
twisted
once.
and weird, but I have not.
I lost
actually-
interest in it. It was so weird.
Really.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
just couldn't watch the whole thing. I've
Same.
never gone back.
yeah.
So that pitch, I tell you, work on that pitch because I mean I did a pilot television show about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Finished it just about 2 years ago, and of course then I get hit with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of screwed me up, but the one thing I've been working on ever since is the pitch. So
Right.
somebody tells me, "Oh, tell me what you never know who you're telling to sometimes,
Right.
unless you know."
Right, and it's sometimes to be on the spot.
Yeah,
So you gotta have
sometimes
something.
so you got to be prepped and ready.
Right.
Write it out. I'm on my 10th, 15th evolution of my pitch.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, of course, I'm pitching a TV series, so
Right.
it's a little more complicated maybe than a film. But then also you got to put your film out to
Right.
you got to yeah. You
Got to get them
one
to
shot.
understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand and the direction where you're going with it.
So, do you have are you planning to do now? There's a lot of, we're just going to call them what it is, low budget films.
Right.
Sometimes no budget, but
Micro budget.
micro budget. That's a good name.
Micro
for it.
budget.
Micro budget films, but a lot of these films, come out and they've got really maybe at one time top name artists,
Right.
and of course that only just pretty much guarantees they'll get distribution.
Right.
Get on
Right.
Netflix, get on whatever. Are you trying to do anything like that? Or?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. clearly you got to have a big pile of cash to
Yeah.
hand someone.
Right.
Say, be in my film, and they'll say, "Great, I'll give you 3 days." And
Yeah.
Well,
you know.
if the story is good and the film is good,
right,
that is 50% of the battle. Now the next battle is getting into the right hand. Sometimes, most majority of the times, is someone who knows someone
right,
by someone who you know, and or the company or distribution really believes into the film
right.
and want to take a risk on it. So
Now, when I did my series, when I did my pilot episode, uh, my my writer Dave and we decided to go to NATPE,
okay,
NATPE, which is a big convention
right,
once a year. It's in either Miami or Vegas or whatnot, and you had to pay a ton of money to go there, but that's where shows go to be sold. You know, unfortunately, we were.
something like the AFM, right?
This is actually kind of a bigger thing. This is, everybody goes to
Right.
this, Netflix,
Okay.
HBO, ABC, NBC,
Gotcha.
CBS.
To pitch,
They, huh?
to do pitches, or
Well,
or the
yeah, it wouldn't have been great,
or the
Um,
complete.
to people bring their shows. It's a syndication show as well. So you'll have a representative from Seinfeld signing
Oh wow!
TV stations. You'll have, 20 years later, Seinfeld's still selling.
Right, right.
You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
So, and of course, all the distribution outlets in all over the world, Brazil, UK,
Oh wow!
Russia. I
Okay.
mean, representatives from global countries, companies from other countries are actually there to try and I even I got to pitch. I pitched a comedy series to a UK distribution outlet,
Mhm.
and which is kind of like trying to sell
Yeah.
ice cubes to Eskimos.
Yeah.
They just
Looking at you going,
well, they don't, the
don't get
UK,
it.
they don't like American
Mm-mm.
comedy.
Yeah, no.
So what the
Right.
hell, So I
Right.
treated,
Two different side of the tracks.
they just don't. I think they just don't
They
want
don't-
it.
they don't
They
get
don't
it.
necessarily like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. We speak the same
Right.
language.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But if there's not someone with a British accent,
Yeah.
in the Queen's English doing
Yeah.
comedy, then they just don't want it.
Right.
Probably written in
Not
the
that
law.
they don't get it. I just don't think they want it.
Right.
And but still, I thought it was, even though I actually walked into a pitch. They thought the company, see, the Fontainebleau Hotel. All right, so there's umpteen floors, and every floor, like, you'd go up the elevator and you get off one floor, and that would be HBO.
Mm.
Get on another floor, and that'd be NBC. You get on
Mm.
another floor, and that'd be you name it. It's just all the big Viacom or
Right.
any of those companies.
Big
So
conglomerates.
we actually we just ride the elevator, and Dave and I would be like, and we got in an elevator, and of course people wear badges, so you know where they're from. So if you spy somebody, so we got in an elevator, and a guy on the one floor walks in, and we look over, and he goes, oh, he's got HBO on his badge.
Hmm.
Give me
Right.
give me my pitch,
Right.
give me my paper. Let me hand him some. And so they see us kind of getting all nervous, and I could tell the guy's like,
Mm-hmm.
I
Wrong
gotta get out.
person.
So then the next time that door opened, he bolted. I was like, I don't want to be, So a lot of times it was just, I don't know. It was a learning experience. I paid to learn, and
Yeah.
and I paid, and and hence the show is still available.
Mm.
But so but if I had 13 episodes, if I had a season, I probably could have sold it 100 times. I could have gone through different distribution outlets in other countries.
Right.
I probably could have just handed it to them, but I was also, when you do a pilot, you're looking for a funding partner.
Right.
Mhm.
So funding is a big deal. So
It's the main deal.
yeah. If you're trying to do it right,
The
you
right.
wanna,
Right.
So I don't know, yeah, but even features, even films were being, represented and sold, and reality shows seemed to be their thing, where everyone was hot for.
Mhm.
The wrestling, the big wrestling outfit, they were there,
Wow.
just because their shows are in syndication.
Yeah.
Right.
New shows, constantly being sold.
Staying
So,
relevant.
absolutely. So,
And you got these streaming platforms too now.
right. Right.
You could pitch to Netflix.
Wouldn't it be
and-
great?
Yeah.
What it really takes, I think, for Central Florida, because we're not being thought of in a
Right.
way,
Right.
and this is my biggest kind of concern with trying to do what we're trying to do, is we're not being considered. Oh, you're a
Incentives
theme park, aren't
yeah.
you? No,
Right.
we are. Well, first of all, we're graduating probably 80% of your film professionals.
Yeah.
Every year.
Every
Mhm.
year coming out of
we're
Florida
just
from the
yeah.
top schools
I
here.
mean, there's a half a dozen schools just right in Orlando.
all
and
about
some of them
film.
are
Yeah.
really big. In fact, I am a teacher in a school here.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
and these are kids that are going to LA, they're going to Atlanta, they're going to Toronto, they're leaving here,
Right.
and they're winding up working there. But there's a lot of talent in this
Coming out,
area.
right? But
There's a lot
nobody's
of
trying
talent.
to keep it home
Nobody.
base.
Well, what's happening is
the tax
they're
incentives.
trying to clutch their business, which means, oh no, we're a production company. We are authorized by Netflix to
right.
make their films,
Right.
or we're one of so many companies. And if we can't just let Post Effects or Nexgen Films make
Right.
a film,
Right.
what you have to do is write a good script and try and get it in front of us, and then we'll make it.
Right. Right.
And that dog doesn't hunt for me. That
Nope.
that's not. We are all very capable in Florida of doing this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we make them nervous, we
Right.
make them scared,
Right.
we want to take something away from them. But
I
you
don't
know
what
what?
it is.
They've been shut down a lot longer than we have,
Right.
and they're backlogged. And why the hell not? I just want, with all the VODs out there,
Mm-hmm.
the View on Demand, the Netflixes, HBOs, and all of them. With all of that, why wouldn't they have one person with a little vision just come out here,
And then
and we could show them something?
Right.
And
right.
I would
have a division out here or something.
I would have your short sizzle reel. I would have that right there to show them.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Because it looked like it was well produced.
Appreciate
I
it.
I wouldn't even show them anything else before that.
Right,
Say,
right.
"Nope, this is me."
That's
you
it.
know?
Yeah.
And I would show my show, because I
Right.
think my show holds up
Yeah,
to anybody.
yeah.
Any of the last bunch
Anything
of-
I've seen here. Yeah.
yeah. So I just kind of I think it's gonna take one.
That's
It's
it.
gonna take one to all of a sudden go
Open the doors. Yeah.
It's gonna take like Crazy Rich Asians. You ever hear that
Right.
story?
Yeah.
You ever hear that
Yeah.
story? Netflix Crazy Rich Asians came out 2 years ago?
Yeah. I believe 2 years.
They came out 2 years ago, and first off, right off the buzz,
It was an independent, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an independent film. Netflix wanted it, but they wanted it. They wanted to write a check, and I think the check was probably a couple $1 million. And boom,
Wow.
here's the producer, wrote the script. They didn't do the film yet. They just wrote a script. They wanted it, and they were
Wow.
willing to pay up front whatever number in front of 670, whatever.
Right.
They
A lot.
wanted it. And and they told the guys, the producers, they said, look, you've got like an hour to decide. This is the story. This is the story I heard, at least. And I apologize if I didn't have it word for word, but
Yeah.
you have like an hour to decide, or else their offer is
Right.
rejected. We're going to go somewhere else.
Oh wow.
Well, they thought about it.
No
they're
pressure.
They're calling
Mhm.
their wherever and said, look, but and there was one other offer on the table, but it was a pure back end deal. Okay. A back end deal, which means barely anything up front.
Mhm.
And if
If
it
it
does
makes money,
well,
you make money.
Right.
if it does well, you make money.
Yeah.
They after that hour, they decided to take the back end deal.
Really?
They decided not to. I think they were more interested in, because at the time, I don't think they,
Their
being
names.
a Netflix film, they wouldn't have been considered for
Yeah.
any kind
Oscars.
of Oscar nomination.
Right.
And I believe they were nominated. I believe, I think they got some nominations.
They did.
I could look it up right now, but
Plus, if they believed in it, it probably made more sense
and
long term.
so they stepped away from
Quick cash.
a really big paycheck,
Yeah.
and went for the back end deal. And I'm not sure I would have done the same thing because, take the money and run,
That's
live
that's
to
a lot
fight
of
another
money.
day. So I don't know. That's, after hearing that story, I was like, man, would I do that? What would you do on something like that? And someone said,
You gotta.
I read
it
your
all
script.
depends.
I saw your sizzle. I will buy that from you for $2 million and you get no rights after that.
Someone jumped that quick. I don't know.
I would walk away.
You would walk away.
I would walk away.
Or at least you try and flip it for a better deal with somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to use
Take that as
you gotta-
leverage.
Yeah,
Right.
you got, and then all you need is a decent agent.
That's it.
I would just
Yeah.
I would just
Definitely.
kind of offer $2 million. You go to the best agency in Hollywood.
And get one.
William Morris?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
You go to the best agent
Let
out
them
there and say,
represent.
"Look, I have a deal in front of me.
I don't know what to do."
Would you guys represent me?" And all of a sudden,
Right.
you get them kind of, all right, give me a day,
Right.
know.
Right.
And before
right.
you know it, everybody's kind of lining up.
I
So,
believe if you believe in the project
Mhm.
and you have faith in it,
yeah.
and
Especially if you know the value.
if
of
you
it,
know
or
the
you
value of
feel
it,
what the value is
right.
ever going to
Yeah,
be.
but
still,
It's a gamble.
Cash in hand.
It's a
dude.
gamble.
I mean, but that's kind of like the way it is running business.
Right.
It's like, do I cash out my 401k? Do I dump it all into this one big idea?
Mm-hmm.
And granted, the script, isn't, it's months and hours of laborious work to kind of create something that nobody else has.
Right.
But it's still, it's not, it probably didn't
It
take
cost
money
you $2
out of your
million.
bank account.
Right, right.
You didn't, so I mean, I don't know.
I would just. I hope they don't hear me saying this, but I would use. I would use the no
Trying to word
from
it right.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And use that.
Can I
I
get that? in
turned
there?
down the deal from Netflix.
Yeah.
For marketing.
I would yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm a one-hit wonder, so I'd probably kind of use it for the open door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Especially being
Yeah,
in
because they
Florida.
give you a lot of capital.
Being
Yeah.
in LA
Right.
and you get an offer, likelihood you're good, but being in Florida, man, and at least until they start looking this way,
Mm-hmm.
because
They're just now
the
opening,
thing. Yeah.
looking this way for artists now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many years artists was trying to actually get out of Florida? Now they're just now.
I mean, guys like Rick Ross out of Miami.
Right. I mean, I'm talking about from Central Florida, Orlando.
Orlando, yeah.
It
Orlando
was
has some-
hard.
yeah. But I mean, you go back to what? Backstreet Boys.
Right.
I mean, now that
Yeah, but those
that
was mainstream. They're mainstream artists.
No,
so-
I understand that.
Right.
But Orlando has given birth to some
Yeah,
artists.
yeah,
much
yeah,
like
yeah.
saying
We do.
Seattle.
We do.
With the grunge in Seattle,
Right.
back in the '90s, that they had their thing. But yeah, you're right. Hip hop. If you're not Dirty South,
Right.
If you're not East Coast, West Coast, you're I don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
who you are,
Right.
But but yeah, I think an open door is something we all desperately need in Orlando. An open door, and if we can kind of attempt to get one open ear kind of pointing this way, and we can kind of all get together and say, look, we got some talent here.
Right.
You come out. I got you're a fisherman. I got a pond that's
Right.
fully stocked,
Right.
and no one's fishing it right
Right.
now.
Uh-huh.
Is that paint a good enough picture for you?
That's
And
it.
I've used that when I try and reach out to agents,
Right.
because you got to have an agent.
Right.
If you're trying to sell something, you
Anything.
gotta have
Right.
an
You
agent.
have to have an agent.
And unfortunately, they only want Tom Cruise, and
Right.
agents that are working, they want someone with
A star name.
They want their star.
Right.
And unfortunately, as many agents as there are out there, there's a lot of agents out there.
That's a lot. There's a lot of them now.
And,
looking
and
for
I'm going
for work right now, too.
Oh, I bet.
I've got a show, I've got a this, I've got a this, and I'm looking at it like, why wouldn't, even if you're a brand new agent, why wouldn't you take a look? And all of a
That's all it
sudden, you
takes.
might get lucky and go, oh,
Got something good.
I might have found something here.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, you know, I understand your plight because mine's the same. You know, we're trying to do something and trying to get noticed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and noticed hopefully at least gets us a seat at the table. You know, so I can at least explain to you what I do.
Right. And then
You know,
bring in the others, you know,
and then
one by
you
one.
know, and once word gets out,
That's it.
you know, we'll be the next Atlanta.
Right.
Atlanta might not be Atlanta any longer.
Right. I feel.
They might be
Yeah.
a 2 or 3 hit wonder.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Especially after their governing bodies are being such.
Yeah.
I'll just say dumbasses.
I feel like yeah, they had their run.
And you know what? And right now Disney's putting lots of millions of dollars into Marvel Studios and all that in Atlanta. And Disney does not like to be on the wrong side of a social issue.
Right. They
and
pull out.
If all of a sudden Atlanta's getting on the wrong side of a social issue, guess what?
They're pulling out.
They got no problems pulling out, dropping,
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, we lost $100 million. We'll make it on the next
next border side.
You know, the next film.
Right.
You know, and Disney does not like to be on the bad side of a social issue. Hence Captain EO in the 1990s. Remember that?
Yep.
Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Oh, it was a theme park. It was a 3D ride, not ride.
They had it at Epcot, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They
and
pulled
then
it
there
out.
was some bad publicity for MJ.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
guess
They
what
pulled it
happened?
off.
They pulled that sucker.
Yeah, quick.
And they probably put
millions of
$20 million into that theater.
Yeah.
Well, probably paid him $20 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
so
for that.
Disney does not like
Just
to
for the
be
name.
on the
Name,
wrong
right.
side of a social issue.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know,
Yeah.
and even see stuff like now, like the Loki, I think is going to be playing on
Mhm.
Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's just started, I think.
And the description on Loki was what did they call him? Gender neutral.
Mm.
They actually
wow.
used that. I caught that on the news. They actually used like gender fluid. I think they used, which is basically the LGBTQ
community, right?
Community, which is
Right.
like, bravo Disney. They definitely you know, they want to let people know, and
That's
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
and but just to have that, you know, gender fluid, you know, at Disney, which is, you know, always on the conservative side, but you know, they're
Right.
embracing it.
Yeah.
You know, so all you need is one politician in some
Change
state
the
you're doing
views.
business,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden
Change
they
your
go,
whole output. Look.
we out. You know. And
Yeah.
it's sad that Orlando. I mean, we actually have sound stages here, and we actually have, you know, industry here, and unfortunately that kind of closed up, dried up, you know, back in the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, would love to see it back, or if anything, let's all, you know, let's all band together and get somebody's attention. I think that would be the smart thing to do. I think we're all stronger as a, you know, together.
Right.
What was
Unity.
it? You can, you know, you can die as individuals, or
Right.
you can win as a team.
Team.
You know, that was the movie, football movie back in the day. Anyway, so we've been talking. We're talking for 45 minutes.
Time go fast.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
When you're into it.
It's probably me. I tend to roll off on the mouth sometimes. But
Good.
on other things, you know, our show not only is about the side hustle, it's about multiple streams of revenue. You know, can I get your thoughts on the crypto experience? How long you been in?
I've been in it since 2015. I got in with.
Well, you got in a lot cheaper than most people.
Yeah, I got in. I missed the first wave. I knew about it in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Missed that wave. I didn't know how to get in.
Do you have a favorite coin, or do you have multiple coins?
I got 20 coins up to date right now, but my favorite of them all is XRP Ripple.
Which you can't do anything with.
Can't.
How favorite of that?
But I just have faith in it.
Well, I mean, they have lawsuits out there, so
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people
It was
can't
the
do anything with it. So
Same thing that
doesn't
happened
matter.
to Bitcoin. when it dropped, it surged in prices back
Mhm.
in 2017.
Yeah.
And right now, Ripple is going through the same thing. So
Mhm.
once Bitcoin got clarity, it shot up to where it's
Is
at.
is XRP on Coinbase, right?
Yeah.
I think
Is
you
it?
can list it. You can see it there. It's like
Yeah,
one
it's
of the
the
top
top-
coins, actually.
Top 5, top 6.
Yeah.
XRP.
Ripple.
XRP. That's it.
I know on my
They-
phone it comes
right
up.
there, yeah. It even mentioned it
This one,
on the
This one,
Simpsons.
XRP.
What's that?
This.
On the Simpsons. They
Oh,
even
really?
mentioned it in one of
Yeah.
their episodes.
So XRP. That's
They
the
didn't
one.
say XRP or Ripple per se, but they mentioned the white paper
Mhm.
logistics of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So current value is 88 cents a coin.
Right. I
Back
got
in
in
a
at
week.
14 cents.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You're probably doing well then.
14
And it hasn't been
cents.
14 since.
You have any Doge?
Yeah, I got Doge. I got into it in midway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Midway.
Yeah. It's,
I had 51,000 shares at 0.005, so half a penny.
Oh wow.
I've sold a lot of it since
Yeah.
because I had things
Right,
I
of
wanted
course.
to buy.
Right.
That's where I bought my Bitcoin server.
Nice.
And,
nice. Hey, keep
so-
going up, really. Yeah.
I buy it every week
That's
because
good.
my Bitcoin
Auto.
server pays me every week,
Nice.
and I put it
nice.
into Celsius, so I earn
Nice.
interest.
Right.
And my
Staking
stuff at
too.
home.
You ever do any staking? Or?
So some
Okay.
like actually the ending we kind of deal with Algorand and Coinbase and a couple other ones.
Algorand, yeah.
And I like
ABA.
getting paid daily.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
the daily kind of guy.
Right.
You know, that's why I look at something you pay monthly and I'm like, well, no, I'm not so interested in that,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And the percentages are higher, so you know, I'll ride those interest out for a long time.
yeah, it looks like you can buy and sell XRP on.
I don't think you
Coinbase right now
Yeah, you
is
cannot buy it.
suspended
No,
right
you
now.
can't.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
can.
But
Oh,
once
not
it-
supported. I'm looking
right,
at it
it's
right
it's
now.
listed, but you can't buy it.
Right.
I don't know where you can buy it.
Uphold.
Oh, you can.
Uphold
So
app.
that's
It's a
overseas.
UK app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but being from the U.S., can you buy it?
You
Or
can
do
buy
have
it.
to be on
You
a
could buy it.
VPN.
No, you can buy it.
Oh, really?
Straight through.
Okay.
So Bitcoin's at 36.
It's just not on any US based app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess Coinbase. I don't know where they're
Coinbase
out of.
is US.
Are they?
Yeah. It's a US company.
'Cause I know
So
Binance.
They just went public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did did Bitcoin just kind of just shot for the stars, tripped real hard? What's all this?
It's a lot of
about?
manipulation.
It's just
Media.
consolidation at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Recorrecting itself.
It has wide swings, but it's just in
Ooh.
consolidation.
Recorrecting.
Wide swings, topped out at 64, almost 65,000.
But you know how it goes. By the
Yeah.
end of the fall season, going
Everyone's gonna
towards,
forget.
and then it's gonna go
Everyone's gonna forget.
Christmas.
Yeah, it will. I have no doubt it will.
Are you in Algorand at all?
Yeah, I got that, and my newest coin is Shiba Inu.
I have not had that.
Yeah,
one.
I got those. I got at least a million shares of that.
So you bought
It's
it when
under
was next to nothing.
under a penny.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you want to jump into that? You can get it on crypto.com.
Wow.
Crypto.com.
You know, I got a crypto.com when I was kind of first getting into this, and I started looking at different ones, and I said, the credit card's kind of neat. I kind of like that, so I was starting to go that path,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started seeing so many other things, and going, I'm not so interested in it anymore.
What, the cards?
Yeah, just the way crypto. So I got a bunch of
All right, here it is.
coin
Yeah.
just sitting in there. That I can't do anything with.
see.
Their coin.
Got a Coinbase card.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't gotten a
Coinbase.
card from any of them yet. I have signed up for the wait list on it.
Yeah, they just issued it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm off the wait list now, but I'm just like going, I'm not sure because I got a bunch of stuff going on.
It's a lot.
So-
Dogecoin is at 33 cents. So it's,
which I'm completely okay with because it rode. I mean, I bought it at a half a penny.
Yeah, so
and
you're
it rode
good.
that for years.
Yeah, years.
I only have 526 left.
Oh wow. So
I sold a
it's
lot of them.
it's going.
I'll
It's
tell you that story off air because it's really
they right,
it hurts.
right.
It's quick, but it hurts.
But they're saying they're trying to reconstruct it or do some stuff to Dogecoin. I guess to
I heard something about Dogecoin and
Coinbase.
Ethereum. But I didn't read the article because I can always catch these things, and I'm always so busy I can never get a chance
right.
to read them all.
It's so
I'm
much.
just- but there was some type of affiliation going on with it. I thought Ethereum and Coinbase and Doge, and I don't know what it was. All it takes is for them to find one utility use for it,
That's
and
it.
it's going to go
It's
nuts.
a boom.
All they got to
That's
do.
it.
So, and that's what a lot of these coins
That's
are
what I tell
doing.
a lot of people.
Yeah,
A lot of these shit coins,
you never know.
you never know. All they do is find one utility to it.
And that's kind of I just got started in January, so you know.
Hey, it's
Yeah.
never too late.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
bought,
perfect.
pestered
Yeah.
forever.
I bought it.
Yeah.
In January. I bought in January, and we all know what happened in February.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
I did extremely well,
Mhm.
you know, in a month, and then of course this last month has been really
Yeah.
kind of, you know,
Elon,
It's like a,
yeah.
and China.
It's out
China
there
didn't help.
manipulating.
that too.
I see Cardano's dropped a little bit.
Oh,
My
did they?
brother, yeah, 154.
Oh yeah, they did.
They've dropped. Yeah, I think.
Not too bad.
Not
though.
too
No,
bad.
no, they're but you know,
I believe in that coin, too.
Yeah.
Cardano.
Well, I think Cardano was part of the utility phase.
Yeah.
Because they're finding a way to attach it to a utility. And I think
Look
that's
up
what
Electronium too. Electronium is
you know. I heard about that.
ETN.
Because I was searching.
good.
I like to try different miners at my house.
Right.
And I found one, and the way the person I was watching, of course, is a couple years old,
Mm-hmm.
was showing how to mine electronium.
Electronium. It's a UK
But it's
based.
no longer in the app anymore.
Yeah.
By the time I got to that point, I'm going, it's not even here. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
never
You
mind.
gotta.
Yeah.
You could buy it in Qcoin. Qcoin.
Yeah, I have a Qcoin.
Yeah.
The only reason I have Qcoin is because you ever use the Coin app?
Which one?
Coin. It's just called Coin.
Mm-mm.
So it's an app you put on your phone, and as you drive, it mines for you.
Oh wow! Actually, I did hear
And then
something
you have
about
to
that.
cash out
Right.
in the Qcoin,
And
and
the
then
fees,
transfer it to Bitcoin,
all them fees.
and then but it's free. The app
Nice.
doesn't cost you any money.
Oh wow!
I have lost my faith in Stellar Lumens. I really like
No,
it. I like
it's-
what they're made out of. I mean, just
I would say that's
It's
one of those.
based
just
on the
wait.
same algorithm of
Yeah.
Ripple,
yeah.
and they're like brothers and
Are they?
sisters. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
brothers and sisters. They came from the same company.
Maybe when
back
XRP
from
comes back,
right when
It-
XRP
it'll-
it rides up
Stellar
with
will
them.
go up.
Right, it rides up with them.
Yeah.
They're all from the same company, from Ripple, Stellar, and PayPal.
okay.
PayPal was the original
Really?
before crypto came out. PayPal was all
Probably why I
all
like
three
it.
of them.
Well, basically, Stellar was if I remember correctly, they were trying to make the ability to pay across countries,
Right.
across
Mhm.
borders, across
Right. Ripple.
platforms.
Yeah.
It
Cross
was
country.
basically so that you could pay anyone, anywhere, anytime
Yeah.
with your phone.
Sure.
Within 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And they have probably several coins now that do that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that's why I like, because you get on Coinbase and they teach you a little bit about
Right,
that
in the little-
particular coin.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, that
He
was
loves
one of
the
the
descriptions.
Mhm.
that was one of the first ones. Yeah, that's another story. Yeah. One of the first ones I bought was Stellar because I liked it, and of course, I think it gave me some free coins.
Mhm.
Right.
When you
Yeah.
watch the
When you watch the videos, yeah.
And then I liked it. So I bought some more, but from January, it's been, I think, right around that same price.
They got a new coin right now. They're giving out for free if you watch a video. I forgot.
Yeah. It's,
Magic? No.
yeah.
Let's,
was the last one I
let's
saw.
look
I
did
at
that one.
what they're-
I always
Magic.
tell them when I see them so they can go back.
Yeah,
and
yep.
get
Grab
And I
them.
don't think they offer it to everyone at the same time.
Okay,
I don't know.
AMP,
I don't think so.
AMP turned $3 an amp.
Mm-hmm.
Watch
I
a
got that
video.
one
That was one
already.
as well.
Yeah, that's one.
Uh,
That's
Yeah, I
another,
look
the
for
last
those.
one.
I convert them right to Algorand.
Algorand, yeah.
I just
Algorand.
convert them to Algorand.
Right.
So as soon as I get them, I convert them.
I like it. 6%.
I buy about $5 at Algorand every week
That's good.
because I get my Bitcoin from my home server.
Right.
And as soon as I do, I put 5 and I leave the other because I'm just waiting
Just
for
stack the
Bitcoin to
bag
go
up.
back up.
Yep. Stack
And
the
then
bag
I'll-
up until it goes
sell
up.
it, you
Yeah.
know.
You're gonna have to let me know on Doge if you think it's gonna go down any more than 33.
I'll keep an eye on it.
I want to get.
I'll keep an eye
I'll
on it.
just,
You ever
Yeah.
you know about Coinbase Pro, right?
You know, I did not
Coinbase
do much
Pro.
with Coinbase Pro, and I
it's
never
it's
really
cheaper.
Oh,
it's
is it?
a lot cheaper in
Yeah, but you have to
fees.
pay, right? I'm assuming you put Pro behind it. You usually have to pay.
Ah,
It's usually part of the deal.
I don't know. I don't think so.
We have a slogan around here: "If it's free, it's for me."
Right.
Oh, we had a comment. Ken Barr.
I meant to tell you
But-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
could-
got tape from my old road days. Yeah, Ken. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. You probably jumped off.
Yeah,
an
it's
hour.
gonna-
I have 45 minutes. And that was early.
You could set your stop loss and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so it just gives you more of
more
a trading
control,
atmosphere
yeah.
in Coinbase Pro.
Right.
Okay,
So you
that-
could set it, and then once it drops to that level, it'll jump out of it. Same way when it goes high.
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying this experience.
Me too.
You know,
Something new.
and
Riding the wave.
yeah, just for me, it's not stress. I'm not putting anything here. Most of what I'm doing, I'm mining through some type of free platform, in some way, shape, or form, other than some electricity,
Right.
which I'm going to pay anyway.
Right.
So that's from my perspective. I'm not going out every time my bank account just shilling money
Right.
out,
Right.
I did some. I bought $250 worth of Doge.
Right.
That was a good experience.
Good experience. Right.
Um,
That's what a lot of people started getting into crypto because
Mhm.
of Doge and
yeah. Well, if I put $250 in, I
And
know at that
everybody was
point
making-
it's an investment that I could lose. I'm prepared for that.
you're prepared for it, right?
I'm not prepared for 10,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
I did spend 6,000 on the
So
server.
I just started watching a series. I guess they're up to season 3, but I didn't know anything about it. But on Netflix, Startup, there's a
I haven't heard of
series
that.
called Startup, and
Oh wow.
it's about this girl who designed her own coin and blah blah blah. And
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Is it
and
based on
it's-
real story or is it?
I don't think it's based
Okay.
on real. I think it's
That
just
would be cooler then.
drama.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the story of Bitcoin. But I'm not even sure anyone really knows what
Yeah, me neither.
really happened. Man. But anyway, so go back to Sunil. I wanted to put up your website and let people know they can find you there. anextgenfilm.com, of course. Then
Yep.
you
A
got
next
your-
gen film.
and then you got
.com.
IG at nextgenfilms.com
with the
for
S.
email. Reach out to Sunil and make sure you finance his next film or his next one after that. or
Right.
his
I got a
next
few.
5.
I got a few.
Yeah, you got some other
I got-
At
projects
least
in
buy
the
some
hopper?
popcorn.
The second one.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I know the second one is definitely
Okay. See, that's
a
just
horror.
it. That's just it. You got to have other things because you get in front of that pitch and then they go, "What's it about?" And then
Right.
you go, "Well, it's a political thriller." Yeah,
Nah,
I
I
don't
got
want
another
that. What
one.
else you got?
Not this
Right.
month.
What else you got?
Right.
It's
I
like
know.
I go to the show and I talk to a company in the UK and tell them I got a American 30-minute scripted comedy. They go,
Yeah,
"What
yeah.
else you got?"
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They didn't have to think about it. You
Not
said-
buying those today.
Yeah,
No.
right. Never
No.
buying those today. So, that's why we're here. We're trying to help get the word out and work on that pitch too, man. You gotta
Appreciate it.
write it,
Definitely.
write the pitch.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what happens when you improvise,
Right,
right?
improvise. Talk to the mirror and pitch the mirror.
Yeah, pitch the mirror. Keep writing the pitch,
Right.
Because
Key.
you never know who's you're in front of when you walk into an elevator,
Right.
And
You freeze up.
Yeah,
You don't wanna freeze
and
up.
then they go, "Yep, you had your 10 seconds,
10 seconds.
to keep me here, and then I'm gone."
If you
Well,
can't keep me in 10 seconds intrigued,
Yeah,
then I'm going to give you
Absolutely.
I
10.
mean, that's from the web that most people
Absolutely.
are, if your web page takes more than 10 seconds
Right.
to load, people are
Load.
going,
Yep.
nah,
I'm
I'm
going.
good.
nope.
They
Yep.
move on. But Dean had created another Facebook group called Modern Day Thrivers. You have stuff that come up, post
Yeah.
stuff on there.
Yeah, we're always, and what we're doing, with Modern Day Thrive is trying to find, trying to pull together different streams of income. You do it with the Coinbase,
Right.
you try and have put your money to work for you.
Right.
And put your ideas to work for you and
Right.
look at all kinds of areas where you can, squeak out a little income, because we all know what happens if all you have is one source of income.
Right.
You know what happens,
Right.
Yeah.
when it goes dark, and they most always do,
Right.
especially during times of pandemics and,
Yep.
stock market crashing and, all kinds of things.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff going.
Speaking of all that, I will remind everybody, if you aren't using TurboTax, please use TurboTax. You can punch in this little code and it will not only save you a few bucks, but it might actually make me a few dollars too. So, but you want to
That's right.
save like, what was it, like 20% on your
I think it
your,
was, yeah.
your tax, not your tax bill, but
Yeah,
TurboTax
The
bill.
turbo,
yeah.
yeah, turbo, yeah.
And
payment of
and
the
yeah,
program.
so this is part of our whole revenue stream. We talk about apps that save you money. There's so many of them out there.
You ever heard of Anchor? Anchor.fm?
Yeah. So Anchor.fm is right here. If you're out there and want some podcast to listen to, you can find us on Anchor.fm. You can search Modern Day Thrive or PFX Digital Media, and you can listen to any of our podcasts. And we're loading up pretty much every episode since.
Sorry.
And it's a way to monetize too. So it actually pours pennies into the account every
Nice.
every
Nice,
month,
nice.
every week, every few days. Other than that, blah blah blah. What do we else we got? Hey, Post of X has 2 podcasting studios. This is one of them. This is Studio A. Studio B, smaller but just as nice. And if you're interested in doing your very own podcast, all you gotta do is reach out. Please like, follow, and share this webcast. Probably should have put that up front of the show,
I
but
put it up a couple times.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I wasn't paying attention,
No,
I
you're
guess. And that's pretty much all. We do have some stuff. I'm not worried about selling coffee mugs.
That's okay. It's a nice
yeah.
mug, though.
It's a nice mug.
I like
if you
that
want
mug.
a nice mug,
We
reach
need
out
to
and
put
I'll
it here.
send you the
Keep
link.
forgetting.
So, but anyways, that's pretty much all we got. It's 8:00. The show is done.
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on here.
Yeah, I want to keep
topics.
up to date
Yes.
as to your,
Definitely.
you want to have this film shot this year, huh?
Yes.
Yeah?
That's the aim. In October, fall.
Yeah, when it's cooler.
Yeah, a lot
cooler.
Shot in the heat before.
When
No,
it's cooler.
I
A
shot
lot
in the
of
winter
nighttime-
before
a lot of
too.
nighttime filming.
I would say half and half.
Yeah,
half
okay.
and half.
I when I read the script, I was thinking, oh, this is some nighttime stuff. But
Nighttime.
anyway, yes.
I'll be able to
and we
pull
look
some of the
for-
daytime stuff in the day.
we look for unlawful duties in I don't know, in our near future. Maybe Amazon, maybe Netflix, maybe who knows. So
Theaters.
Yeah.
That's the aim.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely in theaters.
First runner up.
Got
Got a tradition.
Sunil, thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you had a good time. And
Appreciate you guys.
And if you know anybody who is trying to
Get up.
help get the word out of
Sure.
something,
Got you.
we're
Always
a good
looking for
conduit
guests.
for that.
Always.
we're
Always looking for
doing
guests.
it.
Okay.
We've had a pretty colorful group of guests on the show.
Sure.
We had an
Fitness?
old fitness guru
Yeah.
from
Okay.
20 years ago, sold millions of products, and
She wasn't in the studio. We actually streamed her in.
Yeah,
Oh,
She
wow.
worked out really good. She
Perfect.
came in from home. You don't have to be. You
Nice.
can do up to 8 people?
wide shot. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's it. That's all I got. I think that's going to wrap us up for the night. We thank you all for tuning in, and reach out to us when and if you can. And all right, that's it. That's
Night
all
all.
I got. I'm done. Good night.
Thank you.
Muted.